Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Lisa D Show live stream on Instagram at 6 p.m. on your central time zone. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in at the right moment so you can catch this. Hi, Jill. Hi, Heather. Hi, Jamie. Hi, Sherry. Super pumped you're all here. Hi, Aaron. I was just watching the master, Beto, do his little Beto live stream, and I got to tell you, lots of people watching, and I'm going to be on again tomorrow. I'm very excited. A couple new episodes and segments, concepts I've been working on, and I'm really excited to join him to continue the conversation about arts advocacy work. We had a great show yesterday. We had Amanda Evanston on. We were in her studio, and this is piece number 2. I'm very excited for you to see it. More awesome, messy painting behind us. We're jumping right into it today because we have a really fun guest by the name of Annie Coakley, who is with Downtown Evanston and the organization. It's an SSA, and the idea that tax dollars go to supporting initiatives that support a lot of business owners and residents in downtown Evanston, but really the entire town. So I see her saying hello. Hi, Annie.
Hi.
Welcome to the Lisa D Show.
I put on makeup for the first time in 5 weeks. I'm feeling very snazzy.
Really great. And your hair color is fantastic.
And I'm having a beer.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Love you madly. Thanks for being here with me.
I'm happy to be here.
I want to just keep it real light. I don't want this conversation to go into a deep, dark place, okay? I know you and I, a lot of times we get...
We'll be light as air.
Light as air. Laura Brown's in the house. Thank you, Laura Brown, for joining us.
Aw, I miss you, LB.
Oh, Denise Bretta, welcome. So a lot of people are doing all kinds of initiatives to support business owners, artists, creatives, everyone during these strange times. And what I want to do with today's show, and we kind of did this last week with Reyes from Assembly Creators, I want to talk about initiatives that you and your team are inventing that are going to basically save the world, if not save downtown Evanston.
That's a lot of pressure.
So let's start with t-shirts. What's going on?
Well, I can't say a whole lot of them are actually original ideas. You've probably heard me say that I R&D a lot, which I call rip off and duplicate. So I
wait, rip off and duplicate, not
research and development. No. R&D, baby. It's the name of the game.
Okay.
So one, thing that we kind of kicked off was a t-shirt fundraiser. And actually Gina Speckman's stepson created the design for the t-shirt. This is Evanston with the sun. Very nice. So we've sold, I think last count was 523.
Wait, 523?
Yeah, which is allowing us to raise $7,500 right now, and all of that money will go to Lend, which is a kind of it's through Northwestern. So it's a low interest loan program that Northwestern students administer for small businesses in Evanston. Historically, Black and women-owned business owners receive the funding. And the city of Evanston recently gave them $100,000. So that's going to give at least the chance for about 20 businesses to get about $5,000. It'll give or take. Some of the loans are bigger, some of them are smaller, depending on the needs and the business and the size and employees and all of that stuff. So I'm really hoping we can get up to 10,000. So that will at least help 2 businesses in Evanston through this t-shirt initiative. And then the other one.
Wait, how have you been telling people to buy the t-shirts? I mean, 500 is 550. That's a ton of t-shirts. How are you getting the word out?
Social media and press release, boosted social media posts that Gina Speckman has generously done through the CVB. You know, she has kind of a large budget. Downtown Evanston is a member of that organization, so we do reap the benefits of, you know, partnering with them. Our own boosts, and then everyone is benefiting from this essentially. So it's not just downtown Evanston. You know, we stole the idea and we've started it, but you know, the chamber's sharing the word, Main Dumpster Mile. The city of Evanston has done a huge push on it, so the word's really gotten out there. I'll be interested to see how many people outside of Evanston have bought them. We'll get the zip code breakdown after, and the sales close May 2nd. So hopefully in a couple weeks we can get a couple more $1,000 and give that to Lend, and then they disperse it through, you know, their program.
So Lend does not just give loans to downtown Evanston business owners. It's all, okay, so I will put a link. The T's are on the downtownevanston.org homepage.
Yeah.
And
we do have women's cut. That was, people didn't know that at first, but we do have women's cut in children's sizes and of course men's. So, and there's 2 colors.
2 colors, and the logo's super cute, and it's a great, and you've raised $7,000. That is so kick ass.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Boom.
Pretty cool.
Okay, so that's number 1. And
yeah,
saying that you rip off and duplicated because somebody else did that?
Yeah, a lot of cities are doing a t-shirt fundraiser. You know, you get some civic pride, you get a t-shirt out of it, and half the sales go to cover the cost of the printing the shirt, and then a little to the printing company, and then, you know, downtown Evanston keeps none of it. All that money will go straight to Lend. So it's not like we're administering anything, we're just pushing it. So it's not like heavy lifting, you know what I mean?
Right. Well, I'm really proud of you. And probably after the show, because there's like 82 million people who watch it, a lot of t-shirt sales.
Good.
Yeah, it's not 82 million, but it's fine. I just, in fact, have to say that my kids know that I do this little live stream show, and they're like, Mom, do you know who Charlie D'Amelio is? And I'm like, no, I don't know. And they're like, she put up a video yesterday and she already has 800,000 viewers. And I'm like, that's nice. Thanks for making Mom feel real positive about what she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't have kids, Annie. Okay, so then
don't worry. I'm a senior citizen. That's not happening. Not a chance.
Okay, so initiative number 2, and this I just saw today. CBS already did a news story on it.
Yes. This is hashtag without aid. And again, not a downtown Evanston thought, but we did jump in. It was Reyes Witt from Assembly, who is just hustling her butt off to keep her doors open. So she's doing the masks. She's got a lot in cooking for Mother's Day and other online sales. She has a really good online website. So you can still shop with her currently, even though, you know, no one's allowed in the store. So she put together this poster and we printed a bunch, posted them in windows. We're going to have a lot more available. And there is now a website, withoutatdevanston.com. People, business owners, or anyone who is, you know, in the hustle and not getting any government funding. We want to, you know, show our residents who's not getting, you know, it's not a bailout. None of this money is that big. Okay. It's really pittance compared to, so we just wanted to promote who's kind of, and her whole thing was that we're operating on sheer grit. So we're putting those in the windows of anyone that has not yet received funding. And the idea really was to get some PR out of it. So it was on CBS national news last night, which is super cool. And we're still working the local circuit. Like BEZ, I've contacted BBM, WGN Radio. Gina Speckman's helping me hopefully get some air on that as well. So we're really just trying to get that. And the idea is, you know, and it passed tonight. The Congress passed another, whatever, $300 billion. Right. Half of goes to PPP and the other half goes to EIDL, and they're both loan programs, but they go to various different, they can be applied to different things. Like one's for paycheck to pay your employees, and the other one's, you know, for inventory or rent. So
Wow. Okay, so wait, quick interruption. Laura from downtown Evanston just helped me pin the t-shirt
That's
URL.
what she's good at.
So good, she's listening. So Shannon Cahill, I know you were trying to get in there. That is the link to buy the t-shirts.
I have to say hi to Laura and I, are a very good friend. Her name here is Aramamara, but it's Rachel, yes.
And hi,
Hi, Rachel, and she's in Manhattan Beach, California.
very nice. We got
Mm-hmm.
a house, we got Boston, we got all kinds of places that are just, we're hoping, Annie, by your research on the zip codes that you'll see that we have support on, you know, an international.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to talk about the fact that this without aid, it's also for people who have applied and gotten turned down.
Yeah.
Are those business owners allowed to go to the second round and apply?
Yes.
And okay, so they can.
Yes. Everyone should be on a phone or whoever they were working with. Traditionally, you would work directly with the SBA, the Small Business Administration, but the PPP is the one everybody seems to want. That comes through your bank. So if you're a Chase Bank or Byline or Wintrust, you should be working directly with your banker to get you queued up to get this money. And it's basically a spin the wheel lottery. No one knows who's going to get it and who isn't. It has not been smooth. It's very clunky. It's very frustrating. It did not roll out well. You can imagine why.
Yeah. This is
because the lunatics are running the asylum. So
are people finding out quickly? Like, are you, the downtown Evanston businesses who you've engaged with, they're waiting like 2 weeks to find out?
They don't hear, some of them hear nothing. They get a confirmation number and then they heard nothing, and they call and they call and they call and they can't get through. It's really clunky. It's so unorganized and chaotic. It's unfortunate. It is like heartbreaking, to be honest with you.
And
but we aren't supposed to go to the
You're doing a really good newsletter. Like I get a weekly newsletter from you guys that has all the resources. Your business owners across Evanston are leaning on you for support during this time, and you and Laura are on the phone. Like, what is it like to be you right now?
Well, I'm on a task force. Mayor Haggerty's put together a bunch of different task forces. I'm on the business task force. And the leads kind of on that are Roger Sosa, Catherine Gotzik, myself, Paul Zalmazak, and Gina Speckman. And then we are emailing each other nonstop all day. And then we sort of have our specific areas that we're in control of. So I'm really in control of communication, marketing, promotions. Mm-hmm. So there's another promotion we have this Saturday. It's like the Small Business Saturday gift card edition.
Right.
So we're really pushing everyone to buy gift cards this Saturday at their, favorite or several of their favorite either restaurants or businesses, just to ring their registers a little bit. They need it. And they really need it.
To give them as gifts for people to use later.
Exactly. Mother's Day is coming up. Graduations are coming up. So, buy now, shop later, that sort of thing.
And by being on this task force, are there any markets out there that are really doing an excellent job, or is sort of everybody right now on fire, sort of in the small business owner sector, that there's no standout success stories that you can rip off and duplicate?
You mean in other cities? Yeah. All right. So best practices right now, the gift card thing is huge. So every city is really promoting that, and curbside delivery, pushing what's actually allowable. Atlanta, Georgia, they're about to open up on this weekend. Like, they're closing, or they're ending their shelter in place, which I think is a little early. So I actually have a call tomorrow with people who run BIDs, business improvement districts, the same thing as a special service area, there to see, how they're rolling it out. Every business is going to have a completely different reentry.
Right.
Your salon won't be the same as your shoe store, as your restaurant. So it's interesting that they're opening up, and they've even admitted, we know this could be dangerous, but our economy needs it.
Right. So we're going to talk to the mayor. He's going to be on the show Thursday, and we're going to talk a little bit about like how does Evanston roll out reopening? When it comes to that, are you on the front lines of the planning committee for how that's going to happen? Or is it like Annie gets orders from the mayor and that's it?
Well, right now, today, I finished 4 pages of a draft of a recovery playbook. So, and I'm not nearly done. Like
Right.
everything, we have to figure out a local manufacturer who can put the POS shields up. So the point of sale shield that you see at the grocery store, we're going to have those in our stores.
And in fact, I saw Artem Gallery in downtown built one of those.
They built their own, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, and that's the other thing is a lot of artists, a lot of, Evanston Made members are like, when are we going to have art openings again? How many people can gather? Are you going to be a resource that we consistently are able to use for like how we do this appropriately?
So in my recovery plan, I'm going to see if we can't mandate, and mandate's a strong word, and I don't like to get into that, but strongly encourage perhaps empty storefronts, which we already have quite a few of before this happened. Our Gap is gone, the mattress store is gone, Andy's is gone, Williams Shoes is gone, Market Fresh Books is gone. They were all gone before this. And I can't see that we're going to be able to retain everybody that's currently a business owner. I think some people will decide to close. So we'll have a fair number of vacant spaces, and my plan is to put local art in those windows.
Yep. And the girl.
No brown paper.
Yeah.
Nothing says do business in this brown paper, retail box. So,
right. Okay. So
and before this too, Reyes and Laura and I put together this cute little display at the corner of Church and Norrington. So we're promoting other retailers. So dresses and purses and shoes and that from other retailers are kind of being highlighted in this window. And it looks really good. Rhea's got wallpaper. She's so good. And so I'm thinking, everything from art, even to anything that makes it cheerful, exciting. I've seen, I live in Humboldt, but there's a bunch of businesses around here that have plywood on their windows. And now they're painting it. But they're painting it now.
Okay, that's fine. They can paint it. But please know that Evanston Made and our 300 members are a resource for you. We can act art under glass downtown. And the nice thing is you can do walking tours. We're doing, as you know, Amanda Evanston is in the gallery windows here. Yes. Our whole block, Alice George, Ben Blunt, people have work in the windows. I mean, the idea is that we're ready as a creative community to be as innovative and nimble and as flexible as possible. And I want to be able to say to people, not this is how you do it and we'll show you, but this is how you do it. We'll show you. And there's a way to rebound and there's a way to get
right. This is Evanston. We cannot have brown paper everywhere. It's just not even acceptable.
Yeah.
So for sure, and I've done that in the past. We had the art under glass. You may recall years ago. I don't even know if we were friends yet.
I think this is a new relationship that we're spawning.
Who, me and you?
Mm-hmm.
We've been friends for 5 years. Must I remind you?
I have a bad memory. It's fine. But no, art class I had moved here 7 or 8 years ago and it was just happening, but then it happened spurts and fits and waves, but then it kind of went away.
Yeah, and I was very fortunate to meet Fran Joy doing that. So I had a great, time working with her on that. So, I mean, maybe not that rigorous. It could be a little looser, but there'll be plenty of space, I believe. There's already plenty of space. And that Market Fresh windows alone are huge. So we'll be able to do that. And then I'm not sure what social distancing events looks like. As you know, downtown Evanston puts on a ton of events. Like our Thursday Night Live, every Thursday, we hire a band and they come out in Fountain Square and entertain and people dance. And it's a big gathering. And, it's probably not going to happen.
Well, okay. Again, focus on the positive.
I know.
is the whole
So I'm
point.
thinking of things that sort of would be like a walk by kind of
Right.
pop up.
Right.
So we could have music in a vacant store and people can sort of stand out or walk past it. I don't know yet. I'm still trying to figure it all out.
Right.
You know, Fountain Square is not that large, so social distancing will be maybe a little more difficult to control there. But we do have, as you know, a really kick-ass beach, a whole beach system in Evanston. So maybe there's ways to kind of socially distance gather at the beach. I don't know.
Right. Well, talk to me about the farmers market. I've been getting updates about the farmers market because it's an essential service, not only for the food
Yeah.
growers, also for the people who live in Evanston. Those are going live in May.
Yeah, I mean, it lends itself to social distancing in a way. I mean, people can still go to the grocery store. You'll
Hmm.
be wearing your masks, which are going to be mandatory starting Thursday in Evanston. You won't be able to actually exchange payment with the farmer, like hand to hand. You'll have to either put your cash down, they pick it
Oh,
up, your change. There's no like touching of hands. And I don't know how this is going to work, but you're not allowed to touch the goods, like the produce and the fruit. I think you point, they put it in a bag for you.
right.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's still happening. And I think that was actually something that kind of made you think, okay, we're going to be okay. You
Yeah.
know, not everything is totally over. We're going to have our markets. There's still going to be, you know, one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about is this idea I have sort of when we're in recovery or post recovery. I'm not exactly sure when, but you and I kind of talked about this. This is that concept I was telling you about, pitch placemaking.
Uh-huh. Right.
So I want to get the parameters essentially would be, you know, the Evanston Creatives come up with a placemaking initiative that's around $5,000. Then we have everyone pitch it. We pick the top 10, like a panel.
Hmm.
Then we invite the entire community to come and hear the top 10, and then the community votes on it.
Right. 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 So that it's super crowdsourcing
It's
and it's
totally crowdsourced. And then
right.
there's a ticket price to go, and then we collect every single one of those the ticket prices to go towards the 5,000, and then we find match funding, which probably would come from the downtown Evanston budget, because we are actually saving, hold on to your hat, $1,700 a week in garbage removal. So that doesn't tell you how much garbage removal we do.
Jesus, you do a ton of garbage. Well, and also all the money you're saving on marketing, all like there's
Yeah.
so much that you're saving that will be
Well, we
strategically.
did just buy 5 weeks of radio spots on ESPN because of that. As a Chicagoan, I should
Like the Michael Jordan thing?
whatever that is, something dance. Yeah, my friend Rachel is probably like, how could she not know? So Last Dance, right?
Yeah. Why are you
Yeah.
buying radio spots for that?
No, no,
Oh,
no. It's on ESPN, and so the ESPN numbers are going through the roof. So it's a really good ad buy, is what I'm saying.
because
And we're
people.
promoting Shop in Evanston. Oh, Last Dance, she says.
Sorry, Rachel.
Yeah, she's ultra Jordan fan.
Oh, he's super famous basketball player. Yeah. Sports.
You don't
Sports.
say. Sports. Um, so pitch, place, and then in parentheses making.
Cool.
I'd love to see if we couldn't even do that virtually, and then behind the scenes when we are allowed to roam the country. Hey, there's a whole new snazzy placemaking something in downtown Evanston that we can all enjoy distantly.
Yeah.
Distantly.
And you
Yeah.
can also, I was thinking too, if you did something like that, you could have buskers on corners, like
Yeah.
outside of Barnes and Noble or outside of whatever, like
Yeah.
that people are walking toward music and walking toward public art. I feel like there's a lot of people who have, like, I know Shannon Cahill's on this feed. She's like, I've got an idea. Liz Kramer's at the ready. There's a ton of people who have really good ideas how to activate public spaces. We also have Matt Rappaport with Evanston Made, who does this experimental film festival and has access to a massive projector. We could be showing movies on the side of,
Totally.
the alleys once again. So yeah,
Yes.
I mean,
You know, I've always wanted to pull off a successful alley party, and it still quite hasn't hit it.
No, it still hasn't hit it, but you know, now you've got the time to make it happen. And if you're
Yeah.
on a task force, it sounds like you better. Is there an arts task force that this mayor is putting together, or not really? Because who cares about the arts?
Well, no, everyone cares, believe me. But it's part of my recovery plan is to talk about how we incorporate arts and culture into the reopening of Evanston.
That's right, Annie.
Yes.
Right. So when there is a time that an arts task force is put together, please say Lisa D and get me on that, because I seriously think that some of the most innovative ideas about exhibiting that I've seen have obviously come from artists. So
I mean, I couldn't agree more. I mean, I really am thinking, you know, murals, anything like just to kind of, when people can get out there again, there are pops of newness and exciting and color and vibrancy, so that it, you know, it really kind of excites people. You know, I think people are going to be kind of gun shy to leave the house a little bit at first. I think the other half, like, I know you are like, get me out of here.
I'm fine. I love it. No, but I think it's going to get warm, and I think people are just going to start hanging out outside regardless if we want them or not. My brother Mark is on this feed. Got to give him a shout out in San Francisco for joining us. He says, start with the young, and someone tipped me off today. They're like, do you understand how many art school kids are grounded and stuck?
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah.
How many who are filmmakers and printmakers and painters?
Yeah.
So we got to get a list going. Liz Kramer, I know you're listening, of all the kids who are not in art school and who are stuck in their parents' house. Get them on board with projects like this, because you know they're bored out of their minds. Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they're just driving everybody crazy. I'm very fortunate that I only have a husband and a dog to deal with. And a dog.
Was that a little Ben Blunt up behind you? What's that? Hey.
You know what? Did he make that? I bought it at Stumble and Relish. I have no idea.
What did it say?
It probably could get worse.
That's Ben's font. Yeah, that's him.
Oh, that's so funny.
Well,
I know I'm a big fan. I bought that at Stumble and Relish after my husband was in the hospital.
Because it could get worse. Awesome. Well, Annie, it's not going to get worse. It's going to get better. And I'm
going to get better. But I do like having that for all my Zoom calls.
I love it. Thank you so much for everything you're doing.
Thank you. I'm trying to think of if I had one more thing I wanted to say. Okay. You know, I'm always, what I'm looking for.
Oh, what are you looking for?
Anyone out there is not, I mean, I guess tech savvy would be the word, but we really need assistance with some of our businesses that do not have an online sales premise. So they may have a website, but it's like a landing page, and they don't have the ability to like click and shop, which is going to be something that a lot of our businesses need in order to, you know, survive this. And I know it's a lot harder than it sounds. Like, you can't just be like, oh, I sell stuff online now. I mean, you have to have photography and inventory and a whole other system. But if there's someone out there that knows a kind of easy way for us to implement this in stores that don't have it, you can hit me up at ACOAKLEY at downtownevanston.org. O-R-G.
Yeah, and I will put you in touch with our webmaster extraordinaire, Kathy Halper, who built out our entire shop, our online shop for Evanston Made.
Oh.
And Evanston Made, in order to pivot and be nimble and awesome, we are launching a whole e-commerce platform on Instagram shopping. And we're doing some research on that. And apparently you have to have a shopping cart in Facebook that connects to Instagram. And you can literally post a picture, like let's say Rebecca Me Toys. She can post a picture on Instagram with Becky and Me Toys, 10,000 products, and you can touch and shop. So we will help your downtown business owners figure out how to activate their online e-commerce because it is so necessary.
It's crucial. We need to get on that.
Okay, and we need to sign off. So, and Amanda Evanston can do another course. Thank you,
I
Amanda.
just saw it. Thanks, Amanda. Thanks, Jen. Wolford, I'll get in touch with you.
Awesome to see you. I'm going to sign off with you and post all the links. Good luck with t-shirt sales.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much. Oh, we removed Annie. Well, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. This is going to be a quick outro. Tomorrow, first, I'm live on Beto O'Rourke's live stream. We're going to be doing some, segment testing because I think it's time that Beto just really came out of his shell. He's been hidden. We're going to expose him a little bit. Super pumped for that interview. Oh, Beto's on right now. Can't wait to see you. And then after, we're going to be joined by Steve Johnson, who is a master communicator and is going to be giving us a lot of info about how to communicate business and private in these Rona times. So thank you so much, everybody, for signing on today. This was so informative. We learned a lot about small business loans. We learned a lot about how we're going to reactivate the arts, what task force we are going to join as private citizens to bring us all back to life. We looked at some Amanda Evanston art. There was a lot going on. So can't wait to see you all tomorrow. Thank you so much for being here, and everybody have an awesome night, an awesome dinner, an awesome day, an awesome everything. See you tomorrow.